It's time now for the Business of Health, brought to you by Hendricks Regional Health. Well, palm weevil larva is the unlikely connection between an Indianapolis organization and African orphans. Barbara Lewis explains in the Business of Health. Barbara?
And this one does need an explanation.
Yes.
Thanks, Gary. Well, the executive director of the Global Orphan Foundation is heading to South Africa to show how one source of protein can transform the health of orphans in the Congo. Joining me is Nicole Brandt. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I want to talk to you about the trip in just a few minutes, but let's talk about your organization first. You farm larvae, you train people how to farm it.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing and why.
Yes, so we've been working in Democratic Republic of Congo, which is in kind of the center of Africa, for a long time in areas of nutrition. But recently we've added this program where we are training orphanage staff how to start their own micro insect farms. And we're farming palm weevil larvae, and they're an amazing protein source, really high in nutrients, very healthy food source for the kids that they're caring for.
Okay, and then this is a protein source that's popular there already.
Yes, it's actually a delicacy because nobody's really farmed it before. It's always been wild caught, it's seasonal, it's very expensive. So when we did all of our pre-surveying with the orphanages to gauge their interest, they were very excited that we were bringing this particular insect farming in.
Okay, and how healthy of a protein source is this for the kids? What will it do?
It's quite a bit healthier than actually beef or chicken or fish. It's very high in iron, protein, vitamin A, and a lot of micronutrients. And you really need those micronutrients to be able to absorb the nutrients in other food they might be eating too. So not only is it a protein source, but it's helping boost the healthiness of their other food.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about actually farming it. How much space does it take? How do you do it?
Yeah, so it's really easy actually, which is kind of why we picked this. You need only a small amount of space. We use plastic bins like you would buy at Target to store things in your garage. It takes split sugar cane is what they feed off of. They can buy that easily in the market. And they have a new crop of edible insects about every 30 days.
So there are a lot of good causes and a lot of needy populations in the world. Why did you choose orphans in Congo?
Congo is actually one of the most difficult places to work, which is why we're working there. Not very many people want to do it, but the orphan crisis is also pretty astounding there. About 5 million orphan children, and hunger is the second leading cause of death there. So it's a pretty huge need.
Okay. Before I ask you about your trip, though, you probably have to describe to us what it tastes like. You've had palm weevil larvae.
I was lucky enough to get to eat some on my last trip, and they're actually really delicious. I think they taste kind of like breakfast sausage. They're fatty and salty. They're really good.
Okay, and they're sautéed.
They're sautéed.
Not like our
yes,
video.
Yeah. No, you don't eat them live. I mean, I think some people do. I do not.
Okay. All right. So you're flying off to South Africa tomorrow. What do you plan to do there?
We'll be attending the Global Food Security Conference, and we have a poster we're presenting on Monday about our program and how it works and some of our initial findings. And we're just excited to be able to connect with the scientific community, with other people who are working in areas of food security there, and learn from them and get feedback on our processes. And then over the next 3 years, we'll be studying how implementing this protein source into an orphan's child diet impacts their nutrition levels. So as the years go on, we'll have more and more data to report.
Okay, so orphans aren't supported at all by the government there. They're
No.
the most vulnerable of the vulnerable in
Yes,
Congo.
it's a country of 78 million, but pretty much everybody is fighting to survive. There's no government support for orphanages, and because their communities are fighting to survive, there's really not a lot of community support either. So the people who are running the orphanages and the kids that are living there are really kind of at the bottom of the food chain.
Okay, so part of what you're doing in South Africa there is also to try to get some attention of some funders.
Yes, I mean, awareness and attention is always funding, and so there'll be lots of organizations, universities, funding organizations represented, and we just hope somebody's excited about what we're doing.
All right, well, Nicole Brandt, we're excited about what you're doing, and we wish you the best on your trip.
Thank you very much.